A powerful, shallow earthquake devastates central Italy, killing dozens. The 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck the heart of the country on Wednesday, August 24th, around 3:30 a.m. local time, while most people were asleep.
Overnight, the 6.2 quake rocked the central part of Italy.
I'm in the center of Amatrice. This is the town that was one of the most devastated by the earthquake in Italy this morning. You can see here a car completely crushed, this building in shambles. Residents were asleep in their beds. It was about 3:30 a.m. local time when this earthquake hit. I felt it as far away as 100 miles away in Rome. And rescue workers have been racing against the clock to try to rescue those who are still trapped beneath the rubble. There have been rescue dogs here trying to smell any potential people who are trapped beneath, workers coming in, officials pleading for rescue supplies, blood donations, food, water, medicine, anything that needs to be brought up to these small towns. It is the worst possible time for an earthquake here in Italy, tourist season, people coming here to visit relatives and loved ones. And so when these earthquakes struck, these unassuming people, many of them were completely caught unaware. A devastating day for Italy.
There is a very, very massive earthquake coming to Italy.
C'è un terremoto massiccio, proprio massiccio, che è in arrivo imminente in Italia.
And you can see very clearly
E voi si potete vedere molto chiaramente
that the Lord speaks to me about the sexual sin in the church.
che il Signore mi parla del peccato sessuale nella Chiesa.
Then he shows me the earthquake.
E poi mi ha mostrato il terremoto. Lo dico di nuovo.
I am standing here before you.
Sono qui in piedi, ergo davanti a voi.
And I am announcing
E vi sto annunciando
that a massive earthquake is coming to Italy.
che è imminente un terremoto massiccio che sta giungendo in Italia.
I have seen the collapsed buildings.
Ho visto i palazzi crollare.
I see the light blue windows.
Ho visto quelle finestre azzurre.
The windows are collapsed, the light blue.
Le finestre, quelle azzurre, sono crollate.
That means
Ciò significa,
when this earthquake takes place,
quando questo evento avrà luogo, succederà.
the earthquake, terremoto.
Il terremoto.
When this earthquake takes place,
Quando il terremoto avrà luogo
and you watch your news,
e voi guardate il telegiornale,
you will see those windows.
voi vedrete anche quelle finestre.
You will see the exact description I'm giving.
Voi vedrete l'esatta descrizione che vi sto dando.
We want to get right to that breaking news. We're going to look live now at that Italian town of Amatrice. Deadly earthquake struck overnight. Town reduced to rubble right there. And take a look at these before and after photos. The before on the right, that utter devastation on the left.
Well, the quake was felt here in Rome for about 30 seconds or so of swaying and shaking, but at the epicenter, about 100 miles northeast of here, it lasted for a terrifying 142 seconds. And as you point out, it happened in the middle of the night, the worst time. Everyone in their beds. Rescue workers now flooding the scene, desperately trying to save lives. Overnight, a deadly earthquake bringing down buildings in central Italy. Rescue crews are still scouring the debris this morning. They're looking for anyone who may still be trapped. Walls of buildings are completely gone. On this building, only the wall remains.
And I am announcing
E vi sto annunciando
that a massive earthquake is coming to Italy.
che è imminente un terremoto massiccio che sta giungendo in Italia.
I have seen the collapsed buildings.
Ho visto i palazzi crollare.
The powerful 6.2 magnitude quake flattened mountain towns, burying people alive in their sleep. Many of the survivors were pulled out by neighbors, these mountainous communities hard for emergency crews to get to fast. Still, exhausted volunteers and firefighters race against time to free those still trapped. They know the darkness will work against them. Some of the devastation appears overwhelming. Last year, Amatrice was voted one of Italy's most beautiful historic towns. Today, whole areas are gone. Scores of people are still unaccounted for, and because most of them are visitors, authorities say making a final tally of the missing will be difficult.
This shows the main street through Amatrice. On the left, of course, now pretty much reduced to rubble. Many homes in the small town completely destroyed. One church that stood tall, losing its roof in the quake, and this is one of many residential buildings impacted by the tremor. And finally, this road. Well, barely recognizable, isn't it? Completely destroyed.
I have seen the collapsed buildings.
Ho visto I palazzi crollare.
I see the light blue windows.
Ho visto quelle finestre azzurre.
Azul, the windows are collapsed, the light blue.
Le finestre, quelle azzurre, sono crollate.
That means
Ciò significa,
when this earthquake takes place,
quando questo evento avrà luogo, succederà.
The earthquake, terremoto.
Il terremoto.
When this earthquake takes place,
Quando il terremoto avrà luogo,
and you watch your news,
e voi guardate il telegiornale,
you will see those windows.
voi vedrete anche quelle finestre.
With the arrival of day, the damage has become clear. Homes torn up, towers crumbled, the main square in ruins.
Rescuers continued to search for survivors in central Italian towns devastated by a 6.2 magnitude earthquake as the number of victims rose to 247 on Thursday morning.
And again, we're living in a very tremendous time. We're living in a fearful time when now the Lord has decided to bring His unspeakable glory, glory not seen, not heard by men. And at this hour, as He releases His prophet word Nakuru, everything and anything is possible. So it will be so big. This is historic. This will shake the earth. It will stun people. It will stun them in the most shocking manner. It's amazing that this comes at a time when my words have just been fulfilled in Italy. Actually, including the blue windows I talked about, the buildings that will tumble down and so forth when I was in Reggio Emilia and when I was in Italy. It's amazing that at the same time, when He is speaking this tremendous blessing of healing, restoration, at this time when He's speaking this massive love of grace here, then at the same time, the same tongue My words are being forbidden in Italy and people are dying from the earthquake. So that tells you really that our God is not democratic. He only respects those who embrace repentance and righteousness and champion Jesus. The Lord Jehovah has spoken with me regarding a very severe earthquake that is coming to the earth. Very violent earthquake that is coming to the earth. And the Lord presented to me the flags of several nations. It's a very violent earthquake, extremely violent. And then after that, the Lord, he presented the flags. Then in front of that flag, in the middle, is one that looks like a Colombian flag. And then in front of it, the Lord presented Brazil. This is a historic earthquake that is coming. And so all that the nations need to do is, on every occasion when one is given the opportunity, like now, we just need to repent and prepare the way for the coming of our Lord Jesus. Shalom.
Bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and mild and sweet their songs repeat, of peace on earth, goodwill to men, and the bells are ringing like a choir they're singing. In my heart I hear them. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said. For hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. But the bells are ringing like a choir singing. Does anybody hear them? Peace on earth, goodwill to men. the world revolves from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime, of peace on earth, good